Am I wrong for refusing to put my boyfriend on my life insurance and left my ex on it? I 32F have an ex 33M and we have 2 children 10F and 9M. My ex and I had a difficult start in life. I fell pregnant pretty quickly after we started dating. Our daughter was born with leukemia and we spent the first few years of our relationship in hospital. She is now in remission, thankfully. We also had another child during this time. Also, our son is autistic. After being together for 6 years, we split up indefinitely when our children were 6 and 5, which was very hard for me and him. After healing for about 1.5 years, I began dating my now BF, let's call him Jake. Jake was really lovely and kind and took it slow with me. After a year, I introduced him to my kids. At first, my daughter was not very happy with the situation, but eventually she grew to tolerate him. Jake even has a civil relationship with my ex. Eventually, Jake moved in with my children and I has been living with us for about 2 months now. When my daughter was born with leukemia, my ex and I had decided to both get separate life insurance just in case anything happened to us. When we originally got them, we decided that we would be each other's trustee and also would receive 30% of the insurance and the rest would go on our child/children. After we had our son, we updated our life insurances with his name also on it. We have both still honored that. Our reasoning for this is that if one of us was to go while our children were still young, then the other would be left as a single parent and may need some support and stability. I still feel very strongly about this. Now on to the issue. Jake was cleaning up flies in my office when I was at work and had come across my life insurance agreement. While I was at work, he had sent me a message saying, "We need to discuss something important when you get home." Obviously, I was freaking out and tried calling him, but he would not answer me and said he was too angry to talk to me. I run my own business, so I took off early and drove home. Before I left, I messaged Jake to say I'm on my way home. When I arrived, I seen Jake on the sofa, glaring at me when I arrived. He threw the life insurance papers at me and demanded to explain myself. I picked them up and asked what the problem was. He began to scream at me and said, "Why is your ex on your insurance and I'm not?" I explained to him my reasons above and he scoffed and said, "Well, you both make so much money, now you don't need to support one another." I was extremely angry at this and told him that it was not his business who I put on my life insurance. The money is mainly for my children and ex, and it will stay that way. Jake replied, "Well, I put so much work into this relationship and I'm not going to get anything from it. No normal man would want a woman with 2 children who has issues." I saw red. I kicked him out and told him we were done. My children will always come first and I will never let anyone get in the way of that. Jake packed his bags and left. While he was packing, he shouted at me that I never really got over my ex and we still love each other, blah blah blah. He knew it from the start and I'm such an awe for not putting him on my life insurance. So Reddit, I have to ask, am I the a-hole? Edit, I should have added this also, this did happen a few weeks ago. I haven't seen his since then, but constantly receiving messages from him and calls. Update. So before I start with a little update, I want to say thank you for all comments. I'm going to go through them all and try to reply even though it's a lot. I just want to address a few things. This did happen a few weeks ago, and I did post in another group, but unfortunately got no advice on that subreddit. I had left it for a few weeks before my ex suggested this one because his words are, "Maybe these internet strangers would make you see sense and stop you thinking you're an asshole. Also could help you to see you shouldn't get back with Jake." Just wanted to clear that bit up. Firstly, I should have probably added this in the post. My ex and I are definitely not getting back together. We are very good friends as I am with his husband. My ex always thought he was gay, but he is not from the UK and his parents would disapprove, which they have done so, and cut ties with him. I was upset to start with, but love them both dearly. I was even best woman at their wedding. So yes, I definitely am over my ex, smiley face. My ex, his husband, and I are currently having a lovely glass of wine and discussing the issues around Jake. For the people saying it's not right that I have my ex on my life insurance, let me just explain my point of view. Our son is autistic, so has a lot of issues around his autism. Our daughter, due to chemotherapy, is deaf in one ear and is currently in a wheelchair and has multiple appointments. I am very wealthy and my ex-partner is not. We opted to do private care to get the best for our children. I am leaving him some money for our children and to help him and his husband financially if anything was to happen to me. I 10,000% trust my ex with our kids' money. My children will inherit all my properties and money. I do have a will, so everything in that sense is sorted. They have trust funds and never need to worry about their future. My life insurance is all my ex gets money from and a few thousand from my own personal money, as does his husband. Now on to Jake. Currently my ex, his husband, and I are packing up Jake's things, and they are going to take it to his parents' house. I informed his parents that Jake and I are no longer together and that we will drop off his stuff at their house. They were sad and wished me well, as did I them. Jake continually called me and texted me, which I have ignored these past few weeks, and I ignored him. He has been pleading to me about taking him back and how much he loves me and my kids. However, just an hour ago he sent the most vile messages I've ever had in my life, calling my daughter a spoiled dramatic little TCH who uses her illness to get her way. He called my son some disgusting things, which I won't even repeat. At this point I was done. I messaged him one final message saying that if he continued to try reaching out to me, I will be filing for a protection order against him and blocked him on all platforms. Also, I screenshotted the last message he sent and forwarded it to his ex and his family. I am very aware that it is petty, but I do not care. No one gets away with saying that about my children. I really think I will take a break from dating for a while and concentrate on me and my little family, which includes the father of my kids and his husband. I so upset that there were red flags there that I just chose to ignore or was really oblivious to. Edit. I know I said I wouldn't post what he said, but screw it, he's a horrible human and I've had a few glasses of wine, lol. He called my daughter a cripple ass and called my son a ret at root freak. So he can so fuck himself. I'm probably just gonna leave this post now. Time to heal and focus on my beautiful kids. Thank you so much for all the comments and advice. I hope you are all blessed and I appreciate everyone's opinions, advice, and support. I will definitely be taking a lot of points into my heart. Thank you.